that's going to set him back 5 yards. Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Prescott from the gun. It is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and aborts the incompletion.
Cowboys trot out Greg Zuerlein. This just a 24-yard attempt. And Zerlein's kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
On 2nd and 2, Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And it's a fumble, and the Cowboys have recovered. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case, wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. A throw over the middle taken in. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
To Michael Gallup. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this place.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott now. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 34. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brought down at the 35-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
A loss of a yard. It's
4th down, Prescott. And that is going to be incomplete. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
Well, CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jalen Smith leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Third, Rodgers going to throw. And that's complete to Lewis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Jones with a nice burst there on 1st down as he'll be taken down, but not before a gain of 7 yards.
at the 20-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
To Aaron Jones.
A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. Now Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Packers have taken the lead. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And now it's Valdez-Scantling on the end around. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Marquez Valdez-Scantling taking it in. And the Packers add on to their lead. CD, for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
This will make it into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Prescott. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A first down throw for Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete.